Welcome everybody to our webinar, Why They Buy. Who wants to close more sales in less time? Who wants to bring their community together with a new communication tool? Who wants to learn state-of-the-art technology that's going to set you apart from your competition? And who wants a step-by-step system that's simple to implement in your business? Yes? I know me, I want all four. Thank you for joining the webinar today. I appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to join us today. You will not be disappointed because at the end of the day, we're going to show you the secret, the science, the system, and the solution to supercharge your sales. Why they buy. We run around, I know for me, taking sales training on top of sales training on top of sales training on top of sales training to be more effective in what I do. When the only really thing that matters is, why does somebody make a buying decision? What triggers a yes and what tripwires that no? So BANK is an acronym for Blueprint, Action, Nurture, and Knowledge. BANK is the only methodology in the world scientifically validated to predict your buyer's buying behavior in less than 90 seconds. Boom. So before we get started, I want to make sure you have something to write with and something to write on. And I recommend that you possibly silence your phone so you're not distracted during this informational webinar. Good or good? Is it okay if I go ahead and share a little bit about myself so you can understand how I came across this path? Thank you. So my name is Jeanne ZIERHOFFE. I am a licensed and certified bank trainer, personality methodology, a licensed real estate broker in the state of North Carolina right now, and was in several other states prior. I'm an award-winning international speaker and a six-figure income earner in residential real estate. I am a conscious contributor teaching others to be their own shining light. I am your team builder. I am the person that likes to bring people together, to work together for the greater good of everyone else, and help people look in the mirror and see what I see in them. And that's their own shining light. I'm a lifelong learner and an empowered leader. I am investing in my own education year in and year out about $5,000 to $10,000. And then I take that and I help others and empower others to lead by example. Whoever invited you to this webinar is also going to be a licensed and certified bank trainer, or they're going to be, and my slide decided to go ahead of me, or they're going to be a certified bank iOS coach. Everybody on here is certified to teach and train bank. So you are in excellent hands. We created Team Momentum to unlock the secret to ultra high performance. And you not only get the person that sent you here, but you get all of us as support and implementation into what you're learning. Awesome. So let's move forward. And hopefully my computer works with me and not against me today, but that's okay. We're going to deal with it. Anybody ever heard of Robert Kiyosaki? Robert Kiyosaki, the book, The Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Yes? The ability to sell is the number one skill in business, is what Robert Kiyosaki states. It is. If you're not selling people, you are out of business. I'd like to take it a step further. If you're not selling in life, meaning if you want to go on a date or you're trying to convince somebody that you're going out to dinner with, which restaurant to go to, or you're a small child trying to convince their adult caregiver to let them have that lollipop at the checkout aisle, right? We've all done it. We've all seen it. So the ability to sell is the number one skill in life. It's the number one skill in life. And it is an awesome four-letter word. So let's talk about some statistics. Okay, so for some of you, please don't glaze over. I will be quick with this one. According to Salesforce.com and Altify, 67% of sales professionals, that is you and me, miss their quota. That's us. We miss their quota. 87% of us don't feel adequately prepared. Maybe we have all the information, however, we're not good at presenting, or maybe we don't know who we're talking to. You know, you have all the data. Where do I start? Where do I begin? They just don't feel adequately prepared. And that's why this last number is not shocking. 66% of your potential clients and customers are completely turned off by your presentation. Ow. That's exactly how I felt when I first saw this slide. I went, oh, wow, 66%. The good news is you're in the right place at the right time to learn how to decrease that 66% and learn how to not miss quota, learn how to be prepared, and learn how to not turn off your potential clients and customers and have them trigger that yes and not tripwire that no. Good or good? Are you ready to get going? Yes. Perfect. So B.A.N.K. is personality. And personality types have been around since 400 BC with Hippocrates and the father of medicine, using it to help treat his patients. This is based on value sets. So B.A.N.K. personality types are based on biology, B-U-Y, and why somebody makes a buying or important decision and the process, not psychology like some other assessments that we'll go over a little bit later in the presentation. So again, we have the blueprint, the action, the nurturer, and the knowledge. So I want to get into something that I did for years. Painful, painful, painful. If you look at the right side where it says 25% in big red letters and you see the red in there. So for this example, I'm going to pretend that I am a action and I just want to get to the bottom line and I'm going to speak really fast. I'm going to show up late and I am the center of attention. And I am talking to somebody else that is exactly like me. And we are high-fiving and we are all about ourselves and we both showed up late, right? In that presentation style, we have the same personality types. So we can totally get each other and jive with each other. And I'm going to close that sale. I'm going to close that sale, which is awesome. Except for when I go into that same energy for a blueprint, a nurturer, or a knowledge, they are completely turned off by that presentation style. They are like, no way, stop. You were late. You are too hyper and mowing me over. And the knowledge are just like, time out. And what happens? 75% of the time, you are delivering the wrong script or the wrong presentation. So 3 out of 4 times. So you get 4 sales in your front door, 4 prospects in your front door, 4 leads, however you structure it for your business. You get 1, guess what you do? You hand deliver to your competition the other 3 by not speaking to their code. Ow. When I saw this presentation, I immediately thought of a situation where when I was in real estate and I was speaking not somebody's code, and I saw that deer in the headlight come over them in the middle of the presentation, and I knew that I had lost them. Yes? Anybody have that happen? So let's talk a little bit more. My computer is going to work with me. Yay! The opportunity cost. The opportunity cost. Well, what does that mean, Jeanne? What I'd like you to do is take out that pen or pencil or crayon and your piece of paper. And I would like you to write down your last 12 months of income. Your last 12 months of income or your last year tax return, whatever it is. I'd like you to throw it in there. For this example, I'd like to use 150,000. So that's what I made over the last 12 months before bank. This is before bank. This is going to change after bank. Watch. The magic is going to happen. You have $150,000. Well, let's go ahead and multiply it by 3. 3. We come up with 450,000. Now, whatever your number is, where it says extra income, I want you to circle that number. I want you to circle that number. For this example, I'm going to pretend that I'm going to be in sales for another 10 years, right? 10 years, and that comes out to $4.5 million. So $150,000 is the money I took home, right? So that's the 1 out of 4. The 3, that's the number I hand delivered to my competition. So that 450,000 that you hand delivered to your competition by not understanding, implementing, and using B.A.N.K. and our state-of-the-art technology and step-by-step system, over the next 10 years is going to cost you $4.5 million. Or whatever number you have in there and whatever years you're going to still be in sales. I had a couple of millennials do that, and they were like, oh no, tell me more. I would much rather, and this is our tagline, take it to the bank. My bank, your bank. Stop hand delivering to your competition. So that $450,000, whatever your number is, I want you to circle it and I want you to put it right in front of you, because I'm going to go back to that number in a little bit. So let's talk about this. Increase your sales up to 300%. Some of you are saying, this is a big number. The proof is in the pudding. How do you get that number? So for this example, I'm going to be the bottom block, which is a blueprint. I'm going to be a blueprint, and I'm looking for a system and a structure to give me more predictable results in my business. What would that be? Oh, if I learn how to speak action and raise my voice and get to the bottom line, I can increase my sales up to 100%. Whoa. If I can take that blueprint and learn action and now learn namaste and how to speak to my nurturers and walk in the door and give them a hug, even though that's not what I like to do. However, that's going to help me close that deal. I can increase my sales as a blueprint up to 200%. And if I now walk in the door to speak to a knowledge and give them all the analytics and the data, and I speak as an expert, I'm now going to increase my sales up to 300%, because that blueprint, looking for the system and structure, can now speak to the action and their opportunity and freedom and flexibility, the nurturer and namaste community, and the knowledge with the analytics and the data. Is it starting to make sense to you? Yes or yes? Perfect. So let's talk about where this bank thing came from. So CHERI Tree is the founder, chairman, and the creator of B.A.N.K. She has a 20-plus year track record. We're in over 100 countries, and we have well over 150 licensed trainers and about 100 certified iOS, Intelligent Operating System coaches with our Codebreaker technology. We are number 1 in personality-based sales training, but way, way more than that. CHERI started off many moons ago, and I'm not going to count the years, in the financial industry. And her first year, as she was being mentored in financial services, she made $700. Yay! In her first 3 years in business, she made $72,000, which is great, right? She's doing better. She's doing better. And $72,000 back then was nothing to sneeze about. However, CHERI knew she was working so many hours, and she was taking every sales training she could find. And we kind of laughed about that because we were simultaneously taking the same sales training, but on opposite sides of the country. And how, yeah, they were great, but there was more to it. So then CHERI started looking into the personality assessment. And while we both found them fascinating, I had a really hard time with implementing the DISC and the MBTI into my business. And I know I was in real estate. I know that a lot of the real estate agents and brokers were using it. And I was just like, way too much work. I felt like I needed a degree to understand it. And I found it fascinating. However, it didn't make me any more money. It didn't make me any more money. CHERI felt the same way. However, CHERI went ahead and started saying, well, wait a minute. What if I can reverse engineer this whole personality thing? So that's going to tell me who the other person is. And she started playing around with that. And what happened was, boom, she increased her sales 695%. 695%. 500,000 playing around with this thing called B.A.N.K. She started to duplicate it and teach it to her team. And as she started to do this, people were asking her, what are you doing? How are you doing this? And she started to get on stages all over the world and increased her sales 1,388%, over $1 million. Over $1 million. Who else would like to increase their sales over $1 million in the next 3 years? Yes? Type yes in the chat box if you would like to increase your sales over $1 million in the next 3 years. Awesome. You are in the right place at the right time, and we would love to teach it to you. So crack the personality code and take it to the bank. So right here in this area, let me find my cryptex because that's always fun. So we have this little cryptex there. You've seen the movie, The Da Vinci Code. Anyone? In the movie, The Da Vinci Code, they're looking for the Holy Grail. And to get the Holy Grail, they need to crack the code to get the message to find the Holy Grail. And inside the cryptex is a little piece of paper. However, there's also a vial of vinegar. And if that vial of vinegar breaks open, they lose the message and it's gone forever. Just like when you're sitting in front of your potential customer or client and you are not speaking their code, you lose that sale forever. You crack the vial of vinegar, you get the deer in the headlight as you're speaking to them because you weren't speaking their code. And we do it in less than 90 seconds. And even in nanoseconds at this point with our artificial intelligence. Do I have you with me still? Yes? So to have the right code, you got to crack the personality code. And then you can take it to the bank, and that's your bank. But if you get the wrong code, the vial of vinegar is broken, and you lose that message forever. And possibly that client, because you didn't get them. They didn't feel you. You didn't tell them the steps. You didn't get to the bottom line. You didn't talk about the community. You didn't give them the analytics and the data. And that's how you speak in all 4 codes. And it's simple to implement it in your business. One of the lead trainers calls me the implementation queen, because I teach people how to implement B.A.N.K. in their business. So what is a blueprint? Well, we use the color blue for blueprint, and the color blue is sometimes used for code. Blueprints can feel to other codes very cold, very methodical. They are inside the box, right? Very inside of the box. They like credentials, rules, systems, predictability. They want you to be early. They are very structured, and they like traditions. When you meet a blueprint, you need to show up a minimum of 15 minutes early, and you need to be organized. Do not show up with a whole pile of papers all over the place. They need to see you're organized and respectful. The action personality types, you hear them before they ever show up down in the room. They are, what the heck box are you talking about? They are so outside the box. They are the color of red, like Red Bull. They are very opportunity, freedom, fun, flexibility. They are full of energy, and for some of the other codes, quite obnoxious. They will mow over the other codes, and they don't even know they're doing it in any way, shape, or form. I'm going to tell you a quick story in here about a woman who actually is today the lead trainer at B.A.N.K. Her name's Brigitte Hoefele, and Brigitte, I'm throwing you right under the bus. Brigitte Hoefele is a very high action. And I showed up at an event and thought, oh my goodness, this woman is amazing. And this was before B.A.N.K., guys. So I'm talking BB. I'm talking BB, before B.A.N.K. And I went over and asked this woman a question who I thought was amazing throughout the weekend. And she literally could have ripped my face off, humped it on the floor, and stepped all over it with her spike heels. She was obnoxious, and she was all about her. And again, before B.A.N.K., before she knew any better, she didn't mean to hurt my feelings. She didn't know that I was a nurturer. But she also, at the time, didn't know she was an action. Because we didn't know B.A.N.K. before B.A.N.K. And I thought, oh my God, wow. I admired this woman a few minutes ago, not now. Here's the scary part. So I was in a very, very intense training called Train the Trainer, and she was the assistant trainer for this. And I mean, it was intense. And that night, when I went to sleep at 2 a.m. and I had to be up at 6, yes, 4 hours sleep, I dreamt that I was on stage with her. And there was all these bright colors behind me. This is before B.A.N.K. And I woke up and I thought, oh my God, that will never happen. I could never work with that woman. And I should have a picture in here because a few years later, we're standing side by side getting awards, okay? It was before B.A.N.K. Once we knew B.A.N.K. and we understood, I understood that she was an action, and it had nothing to do with me. Nothing has meaning except the meaning I give it, which I gave it a whole bunch of meaning. And she had no idea that I was a nurturer and that she should communicate different. So, after B.A.N.K., again, her and I worked together. We've done a lot of training for the new trainers with B.A.N.K. We have also done a lot of other things together, and she just attended my son's wedding. So after B.A.N.K., life changes and shifts because you now know how to communicate with one another, and you also now know how to understand your code and how others perceive you. Good or good? Let's not share the recording with Brigitte Hoefele. Let's go right into the nurturers. The nurturers, they are your community leaders. These are the people that you want to pull in when you're looking to build a team. They are like warm sunshine, and they recycle the box, whether they reuse it or repurpose it, or they pile them up and they sit over there till somebody says, I'm moving, and you say, oh, I have a whole bunch of boxes you can use, correct? They are involved in personal growth. They want to be part of a really tight knit community. They want to know they're going to make a difference. They are your cheerleaders. So when there's a contest going on and I have some of the actions that want to win that contest because it's all about winning for the actions, I am the number one supporter. How can I support you win that contest? What can I do for you? Because for nurturers, it's not about the win. It's about how can we move together as a team to make a difference. And that's who a nurturer is. Let's go into our knowledge. Our knowledge personality types are the most misunderstood, in my opinion. Okay, the green color is like Excel spreadsheets, and they are the ones that what? Engineered the box. They made the box. They engineered the box that the blueprints stay inside of, that the actions have no clue what you're talking about. The nurturers recycle the knowledge. They created the box. They made the box. They engineered the box. They want the data, the analytics. They want competence, accuracy. They want the big picture. If you don't know the answer, do not make something up. Let them know you don't, but you have experts in your back pocket. You will get them that information and get back to them within a certain time frame and do it. They want to see self-mastery, not only in you, but in themselves. Do not set them up for failure. Make sure they understand the information and can present it in themselves and let them tell you they're ready. Don't force them into a situation where they feel they're going to look stupid. They will never forgive you. Knowledge people are, a lot of us think, the other three codes think that they're the hardest to close. They are not. They have the longest sales cycle. They need to go do the research on their own. You can give them as much as you can give them and then let them go do the research. They have the longest sales cycle, but they will close themselves once you give them the right documentation. So let's talk about the personality codes. I would like you, if you have not gotten your report, which is valued at $97, get back to the person that sent you here and go ahead and get your report. Are you a blueprint? Are you a nurturer? Are you a knowledge? Or are you an action? What personality type are you? Keep in mind, we are all four, but one's going to be more prominent and one's going to be like humming in the trash. So my kids, they were like, ooh, Mom, that blueprint thing needs to just go in the trash. Not surprising for boys in their 20s with trucks and motorcycles, right? Yes? So get back to the person that sent you here and have them give you their link so you can get your free report for being here today. So let's talk about what B.A.N.K. can do for you and your business. Well, B.A.N.K. can generate unlimited leads using our B.A.N.K.PASS technology. That's what I just said. Go back to the person that got you here. And I'm going to show you exactly how that works in a minute. Who wants a live demo? Who wants to see B.A.N.K.PASS technology at work? How about our artificial intelligence? Perfect. And then we have all kinds of tools and training that we can show you so you can take it to the next level. However, we're going to take you through step by step on how to do everything. So I'm going to stop sharing, and then I'm going to reshare so I can pull up another screen. And let me find it. Perfect. So I'm hopeful this is the right screen. Dun, 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 and it is. Perfect. So we have two ways to crack codes. In person, if you are out in person, and we have plastic cards just like these, and we hand them to the other person. We say, hey, before we get started, could you do me a favor? Could you take these cards, read the information on the front of them, put them in order with it, which is most like you on the top and least like you on the bottom. That will help me better serve you and save us both some time. And they will take the cards and they'll put them in order and they'll hand them back to you. Now, if they take a long time and feel that they may be wrong and they take more than 90 seconds, they're possibly a knowledge first. Possibly a knowledge because they don't want to be wrong. And then you take your disinfectant wipes and you're going to wipe the cards off in this day and age, which I've done, and put them away. I have held networking events hostage using those cards because everybody wants to do it. Now, in our Zoom days, you're going to take them to this website. Now, you can just send them the link prior to your meeting and ask them to do this. And they're going to go here and they're going to rank and read the cards and put them in order. And they can do that in all these different languages. Yes? Awesome. And then we find it down the bottom, what we call kids cards. Now, these are the cards we used before we had all the different languages for our non-English speaking people. But they're great for kids cards because kids know what they like and know what they value. And they can go ahead and put them in order just like anything else. As a parent, understanding your child's code, you will parent differently and your kid will benefit from it. It is the best tool a parent could ever use. Right, Diana? Diana teaches that, just so you know. And you're just going to ask them to put it in order. That is the holy grail of sales. Or is it? So they're going to get a report that's going to talk all about them. And it's really awesome. So make sure you get your report. But here's the holy grail of sales for me. The report that you get after they do this is going to say, before you ever pick up the phone and speak to Sue, this is exactly how she wants to be spoken to. This is exactly how you need to talk to her. This is what she doesn't like. This is what she does like. This will trigger a yes and tripwire a no. It is the holy grail of sales. If you are in sales and you are not using this one tool, you are leaving whatever that number is that I had you circle on that piece of paper. Remember, it was 450,000. That number, you want to continue to give it away. That's up to you. So now I know before I go in on an appointment how I need to speak. So now I'm going to go over here and I'm going to go to LinkedIn. I'm going to show you a cool little tool on LinkedIn. So if you have a LinkedIn profile, you can see my profile. Yes? Perfect. So that is my LinkedIn profile right there. This is a group of women from the US that I am friends with that went to India 2 years ago. 2 years, oh, maybe 3. Oh my goodness, time's flying. 2 years ago. And we went to India to share community of women. And it was quite amazing because I am a nurturer first. So it's always about community for me. And yes, I said always, Boyan. So let me go pull up that Sue's LinkedIn profile and see what we got here. If you can see up in my Google Chrome, up here you see AI. It is a Google Chrome artificial intelligence based on personality methodology, the only one of its kind with empathy, that Forbes published an article, which I'm pretty sure I got a slide coming up about that. So you can go ahead and log in, and we're going to show you how you can get this in a minute. You can log in, and I can click decode. Now, what this is going to do is this is going to decode Sue's profile on LinkedIn and that ad copy writing. Now, this doesn't always mean that that's Sue's code. That may be who Sue is looking for. It may be Sue's code. However, it is how her LinkedIn profile is written. You can take that and throw it right into your BCRM. And again, we're going to show you how you can get a 30-day trial for $1 if you just hang in there with me. Yes, this alone. I mean, come on. And I can throw it into my BCRM and it will take it to my back office. Well, what's a BCRM? It's a CRM. It's an email marketing tool, but we call it BCRM for bank. Yes. All right. So now all of my knowledge people that want to see our really cool technology. Yes, 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 yes. Exciting. And I love it. And I'm not a knowledge first, but I love to learn. So this is how you can take a piece of ad copy. And so we're going to use an email, and I'm going to go grab an email. If you get an email from one of your potential customers or clients, and you want to respond to it based on the code they sent you the email. So if they sent you this high action over the top email, how do you want to respond to it? High action over the top. Then they believe that you get them and you're understanding them. And it is the most ethical tool I have ever used because people want to be spoken to and the way they hear. They want to be spoken to this way, right? So let me go take this email that I have here, and I'm just going to copy and paste it. You all know how to copy and paste. If not, Google it, and you will figure it out. So you just want to copy and paste. Now I just highlight over it and hit Control-C. I'm going to go back over to where it says decode your prospect's bank code. And I'm going to hit Control-V, and I'm going to throw it in there. Because I want to return this email to her, but I want to speak in her code so she hears me. And she likes that. Oh, A, you see the graph, everyone. So that little email was written in A, 2.24, K, 2.2, B, 1.45, and nurturing 1.25. Yes, you can all see that. On the side here, it's going to teach me some things. And there's so much value to learn in here. Oh, it's going to give me sales tips. Be cool, dress to impress, display excitement and enthusiasm, sense of urgency, give them a VIP ticket, tell them it's an exclusive situation, right? They love all that stuff. Their behaviors. It's going to tell you about their behaviors. It's going to talk about their triggers, how to get a yes, name drop, but don't name drop if you really can't, because they will smell it. Paint pictures of a dream lifestyle, luxury vehicle, homes. This is what you do not want to do. Don't, fail to recognize who they are and how wonderful they are. Lack of confidence and courage. They will smell that. They want to be motivated and you want to inspire them. And then down here, it's going to teach you some power scripting tools. Well, what does that mean? Well, as I said, that code was an AKBN in that email. That doesn't mean it's that person's code, but the email they sent me. So I want to respond to the email in the same code. And this is going to give me a few little words to work with, right? So let's go back here and look at the value types. And now I'm going to go down here and see where it says respond in code. Yes? So remember, they were an AKBN. So I want to respond in that order. But I want to show you what happens if you don't first. Great system for my community. What do you think? Action, over the top, opportunity, AK. Do you think they're really going to like that? Watch what happens. I'm going to go to the bottom and I'm going to say, decode my reply. And it's going to say, what are you kidding? I wish it had that noise, right? Anyway, great sister for my community. That's a blueprint nurturing thing. That has nothing to do with an AK-47. And that's what we call them, AK-47s. And my son's one. So if you have an AK-47 in your life and you want some help with that, oh, come talk to me. So let's go back and I'm going to write a different response. I'm going to write, you're awesome. Oops, I'm going to spell wrong, which is not a good thing. You would think I'd do the same thing over and over, but I don't, because I pull up a new email each time because I think it's fun. Oh, here we go. So let's see what happens with this one. AK, watch, I get a big, yay, great job, check mark, woof, woof. So this is a great way to communicate. So you can use this in text messaging. You can use this in private message on Facebook. You can use this in your marketing. Let's look at how you can use that in your marketing. So I'm going to go back because this is huge. There's so many different ways to use this. So let's look at one of the ads that I put up for licensed real estate agents and see what kind of code comes up here. So this is for me to show some real estate agents how B.A.N.K. can help them. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in here. And I know what I was looking for. And let's see if I hit it. KBAN. But see how close I have it in all four. I actually will tell you the truth. I thought A was first. However, I changed two things in it and it now came out KBAN. However, can you see the scores right here? See the scores? The scores are so close. And that's the way I like to write a lot of my ad company because I don't want to leave any code behind. That's how B.A.N.K. works. We don't leave a code behind. Now, if you're who you're looking for, your ideal client or avatar is all nurturing, then no, you don't want to use this. You don't want to use this. So you want to write an ad that is all nurturing. So now you can write your ad copy based on what you want people to do. Do you want them to take action? What do you want them to do, right? So it's an amazing tool to use that for. Here's another way that I use it. So let me just go to Google. Go to Google. So if you are looking to work with a company, I'm going to go to STI. See what I got here. Let's go to Interstate. I'm going to go to Interstate Supply, if I can find it. Okay. I'm going to go to Interstate Supply. So if I go over and I pull up this company, and I go to their website. Let me find, here it is, ISS. So let's go to their website, and I want to go have an appointment with them. But I want to kind of look at, who is this company? What's this company all about? Oh, what's this? So I can take their website, I can take their about page and different information before I pick up the phone, and then I can do some research and find out who owns this company. Who's the person I need to speak to? How do I get past the gatekeeper? And I know you're all thinking that. This is how you get past the gatekeeper. Yes, huge. And I just copy and paste some of their information into our artificial intelligence, and it's going to tell me a whole bunch of stuff about that company. It's going to tell me if that could even open the door for me to go say, hey, your website's only hitting one personality. I don't know yet. I have to pull it up. Yeah, they're missing knowledge, and they are speaking way over the top action, 3.85. So they may want to balance out their website. They may want to balance out their website. So I do know the owner of this company, and we were working together and doing 5 live trainings. And guess what happened? That wonderful disease that we all need to wear masks for. So they are put off till further notice. And we've done some online training, but I haven't been able to work with the gentleman on his website. But we will be moving forward. So that is just a little bit about how bank works. Let me just check in with you before I go back to my PowerPoint. How are we all doing? Do we have any questions? And then I'm going to go in and show you how you can get this LinkedIn profile, the artificial intelligence, and the B.A.N.K.PASS for $1. Shh, don't tell anybody, it's a secret. You ready? Yes? So Sue asked how that gets past the gatekeeper. Sue, if you go through and start pulling together all of the information on that website, okay, you can go in and find a lot of information. It may even tell you who that person is that you need to speak to. See, a lot of us sales professionals go ahead and we just call the company's main number. And we say, hey, we're looking to speak to the guy in charge of the marketing team or the girl in charge of human resources. Well, what if you knew who that person was? And what if you said, you know, I'm returning their call, or I want to share some information, but you may be able to find their direct number and their direct line. You also will know how to speak to the company as a whole. Normally, you will find, and this isn't always, there is no always, you will find that if you look at their mission or vision, you will be able to speak that to the gatekeeper. However, if you start really looking, you can get past that gatekeeper and right to the person you need to speak to. But you want to run everything through the artificial intelligence to figure out, well, that company may not be a good fit for you, Sue. You may be like, ooh, this is more up Janne's alley. Maybe him and I need to have a conversation. I like to do partnerships. You guys know that. So I just showed you how to get unlimited leads. I showed you how to decipher codes. I showed you some information in our B.A.N.K.PASS where you can learn more and unlock some of our access to the vault. I showed you, and we are talking to you about you can close more sales in less time with our tools and training, right? So let's get into a little bit more. If I can get my slide to work. There we go. So in some of these other assessments, we've all taken an assessment. Who has done an other assessment? Yes, me too. So the DISC assessment, $29 to $60 per assessment. Some of these are based on monthly fees, or some of them are per assessment. Per assessment. $250 per assessment. And they don't take 90 seconds. This takes about 90 seconds for them to tell you how you should speak to them. 90 seconds. They do it online, 90 seconds. Nanoseconds if you're responding to an email, right? Yes? So your investment for some of these others are pretty high, and implementing it into the business can be a little confusing and take a lot of time. And that's where the simplicity of bank was so attractive to me, because it was so simple to implement it into every company I walk into. I can go, oh, here, here, and here, and the results pour in. Oh, here, here, and here, and the results pour in, because it's simple. And that's the genius. So we talked about Forbes earlier. Forbes released an article about artificial intelligence. And B.A.N.K. is the world's first artificial intelligence that is powered by B.A.N.K., meaning personality methodology. And it's the only artificial intelligence with empathy. With empathy. And that means we are speaking to your code, because we care about you and who you are. So what are we going to do for you today? As I said, I'm sneaking up on you. So our B.A.N.K.PASS AI bundle bonus is you're going to get the LinkedIn profile Google Chrome extension. You're going to get the B.A.N.K.PASS system where you can crack unlimited codes. You're going to get this bonus of Q&A. You're going to come and ask any question you want every Sunday at 7 o'clock until November 22nd. Q&A, implementation into your business. I don't care what business you have. I will be able to, with the rest of my trainers and the rest of the coaches that are here on the call, because we come from all different backgrounds, we're going to be able to help you implement it into your business. We're going to teach you next steps. We're going to onboard you to show you how to use the back office, and we are going to set you up for success. Good? We're also going to have you be eligible for our BankaCon 2-day event that's coming up on November 13th and 14th, where we're going to have some amazing speakers on there. And the value for all of these trainers and coaches and all of the information that you're going to get to help your business get to the next level is valued well over $1,000. Well over $1,000. So what I'd like you to do now is, if you are interested in the B.A.N.K.PASS AI bundle and bonuses, please chat I am in. I'm in the chat. I'm in. So $59 a month is your investment into the Codebreaker to AI and the unlimited code description and the LinkedIn Chrome extension and all of it. I would like you to go back to the slide. You thought I was going to say the person that sent you here, and I am going to say that. I want you to go back to the slide where that number you circled, that number that you are still willing to give away to your competition. And if that's you, I feel bad. $59 a month investment in yourself to have less stress, close more sales, have more time freedom, help your community with a simple system and state-of-the-art technology. What's that number you're willing to give away? So for our example, it was $450,000, and I'm not willing to give that away. I want to take it to my bank. So on this webinar, it is a dollar trial. You get a dollar trial. So yes, now you're going to go get back to the person that sent you here right now. If you don't know who that is, I want you to put in the chat, I'm not sure, and your name, email, and phone number, and the person running this call. Oh no, that's me. The person running this call will get back to you, and we're going to find out which one of us sent you here, and that you can get hooked up and get your dollar trial and get on our Sunday webinar. Good? Awesome. So let's go over it. Today, your dollar trial bonus. You get a weekly call, Q&A, implementation into your business, next steps, onboarding, set up for success, and eligible for our BankaCon 2-day event. Are you ready to get going? Les Brown says B.A.N.K. is a game changer. For every entrepreneur and sales professional, this system will strengthen your confidence, expand your selling skills, and dramatically increase your income. Dramatically increase your income. And he had some of his coaches come in and learn how to use B.A.N.K. and implement B.A.N.K. B.A.N.K. is personality based, people focused, and profit driven. Is it okay if you ethically and with full integrity make money? Yes? B.A.N.K. is the only methodology in the world scientifically validated to predict your buyer's buying behavior in less than 90 seconds. So again, today only on this webinar, you can get your dollar trial. After 30 days, it becomes $59 and you can cancel it. However, when we teach you how to use it within 30 days, you will have made your investment for $59 for the whole year back, because we're going to show you how to use it. And if you don't use it, that's on you. However, I'm going to show you how to make that return on investment and then some, because it's so simple to implement into any business. And I can show you how to do that, or one of our team members, if it's not my expertise, we'll have an expert there. Good or good? So go ahead, get the system you need. Get the state-of-the-art technology that's going to separate you from your competition, close more sales in less time, and create a community of people that can work together. Thank you so much. I'm going to stop share and just let us know if you have any questions. Otherwise, this is a wrap. Make it a great day. You absolutely deserve it. Bye for now.